Okay. I think we are good to go. Welcome back. We are once again doing Dreamhack testing. Tonight we're going to be playing the Black Red mid-range Bloodtithe Harvester deck, as much as it can be called that. Let's see. So, pretty standard black-red mid-range deck. I have a Singleton Duress in the main. I have an Archfiend of the Dross I'm trying out, hoping that it's good game 1 against Esper. And a Gix's Command. 3 Shield Druid, 3 Bank Buster, 2 Abrade, 4 of everything else, including Cut Down, Go for the Throat, Bloodtithe Harvester, Fable, Graveyard Trespasser, and Invoke Despair. Hoping that these are going to be these are cards that I'm going to want to see every game and multiple times a game. Hoping not to flood too hard on 4-drops. I've been told that the 4-drops are pretty good in the deck right now. Alright, time for a bit of milk. Getting ready. So, the one thing I wanted to try that I haven't tried yet is Bloodthirsty Adversary in the deck. I figure if I'm pretty good at recurring creatures with Soul Transfer and Gix's Command, I also am going to want to cast removal and discard spells repeatedly. It's a shame there's no Go Blank to copy with Bloodthirsty Adversary to really get a lot on the top end of 2-for-1s. I'll have to settle for Soul Transfer, though, hoping that I can get both modes of the card with the flashback. Sideboard is the rest of the Duresses, which have been very good. Soul Transfer, which is just fine as a removal spell to bring in that can hit creatures and planeswalkers, or just rebuy a threat late game. Archfiend of the Dross, because I'm hoping that it is good against Esper and other aggressive decks where I just need a large creature. Transmogrant, which is known to be good in the Grixis matchup and any other extremely grindy matchup. Bankbuster for similar matchups, but attacking on a different axis. Vampire's Vengeance, which in the post-RC report, I had read that it is very good. Being an instant, generating a blood, and dealing all the damage is, I think, going to be pretty significant. The fact that it doesn't kill any of our creatures aside from Goblin Token, considering that Bloodtithe Harvester is a vampire, it's been reported that this is pretty good. Also, a 3-mana spell that I can flashback with the Bloodthirsty Adversary. Another reason why I'm interested in that card, considering the Soul Transfer and Vampire's Vengeance seem like the upper end of what it can recast. Casting extra copies of Duress also seems pretty good in any of the matchups where Duress is good, because the first copy is strong, the second copy is usually pretty limiting on what they can actually do back to you. So I think having the option to recast that with the Bloodthirsty Adversary is going to be pretty strong. I have another Gix's Command in the sideboard because I think in a lot of the games where Invoke is a little less effective because they don't have a lot of singular threats, they're usually going pretty wide. Gix's Command is pretty good at cleaning up those boards. I'm also trying to Obnixilis the Adversary in the sideboard. It's playing a lot better than I expected it to. I really like this card in general, but in practice, it just hasn't shown up as much as I would have liked. In this metagame, though, and in this deck, it seems like it does a lot more. It's particularly good in any of the grindy matchups, but also when you bring in Transmogrant, it's pretty good at sacrificing that. It just feels fairly free to be able to sacrifice this, especially when it just costs black on the particular board to return it. If you've also returned it, it just has 4 power instead of 3. Another big benefit. I also don't know if it's correct, but I think in practice I would get pretty aggressive with animating a Bankbuster and sacrificing it to Obnixilis. If you've already depleted the Bankbuster. Obnixilis sacrificing Archfiend of the Dross also seems like a nice out for this card. I wanted to play Liliana of the Veil because for some reason I'm very afraid of dying to the Archfiend of the Dross. I know that's not a very like reasonable fear, but I'm still kind of nervous of it because I've had some trouble closing. I think that just might be a personal problem with me though. Um, I would like to play another copy of Transmogrant. I would like to play the Bloodthirsty Adversaries, and I know 2 Obnixilis is the correct number, but it's not the number that I want to play because I just want to cast this card more, even though I know I shouldn't want to. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm at. I would try and play 2 copies of Duress in the main. It's been so good but I don't want to have 2 like copies of Duress against a deck that's like 30 creatures because I have ways like Fable and Bloodtithe Harvester of losing it when it's bad, but I don't think I can afford that kind of time more often than not in those matchups where I'm under a lot of pressure. Graveyard Trespasser has also been very good at just depleting their hand. Between Duress and Graveyard Trespasser, the Obnixilis Plus has typically been really stripping them on cards, or they've been just paying life. I haven't been able to play it as enough to really test the Obnixilis enough, but they've been pretty readily discarding cards, which is not something I would have expected. So I'm not sure where I would be playing more copies of Bloodthirsty Adversary as well. I'm trying to decide. I know the 4th Invoke was not in the Ottawa list, but I really like Invoke. I think I just want more copies of it game 1. It helps just kind of do everything I want to do, close or remove things, or just generate more cards in hand. And your mana base is pretty good at casting it. There's 2 mountains in the deck. I'm not sure. Like, I really wanted to play 2 copies of Sokenzan and 1 mountain. I think that's too greedy, but I just really like Sokenzan, and I'm definitely a little biased. I know the second I cut a mountain and play a second Sokenzan, I'm gonna get punished by it though. So I'm probably going to not do that. I've also boarded out a mountain a couple times, and I don't know if that's correct. We're on 25 lands, but I'm not sure if 24 is too greedy or just fine. What else? Harvester naturally being Harvester and Fable naturally being the best cards in the deck. I'm not on. I want to say I'm underwhelmed by Bankbuster, even though I know it's very good, and there's a lot of games where I feel the disparity between them having a Bankbuster and me not having a Bankbuster. Gonna have to kind of sit on that one a little bit more. I also want. So in the sideboard, I want to play more Dreams of Steel and Oil because I think that card's pretty cool, and I've had a little bit of trouble with Reanimator stuff. I think just the ability to tag a Transmogrant and a card in their hand is pretty good, or something like an Atraxa. I also just like the information from discard spells. Another reason why I want to move the Duress in the main. The soul transfers seem pretty important because I don't have to play something bad like Anoint with Oil or whatever that card is. I saw some people playing what is it? Something Whale of Harabi, Whispers of Harabi or something. It's the 2 mana black rare saga from Kamigawa. The first 2 chapters give them a rat token, and when it flips on the 3rd one, it turns into a 3/3 with haste, and you gain control of all the rat tokens. And then it has an attack trigger where you can sacrifice a creature and draw a card. I don't know if this is a deck that wants something like that, and I don't even know if that card is particularly good. I think I'm a little nervous that I don't have a lot of enchantments to ever entwine the soul transfer, unless I have a Fable in play, but then I'm in a pretty good spot as it is. So I think I'm just looking to put more enchantments in the deck, even if it's not necessary. This card I also heard had overperformed Vampire's Vengeance, Duress, and I think it was the Archfiend overperformed for the player who was writing on Twitter. Do I own any bloodthirsty adversary? Search engine is so slow. I do. I have 2. Okay. So I knew I liked that card previously. I just didn't know how much I liked it. Apparently I like it enough. What else? So what could I cut for one of these? Even just one copy. I don't actually know where this is even good. It's basically 5 mana, so it's competing directly with Gix's Command and Invoke Despair. I don't know if it's better than Gix's Command. Maybe I just want the Gix's Commands in the sideboard, but the Gix's Command just seems good. So maybe I only want 1 copy. And it doesn't synergize with any of the 5-drops. But it is good at just picking off something with a rebuy on a spell. It's good on this half of the curve. I keep moving the cursor further because I realize I split up all my 2s and 3s. So it's good up here, but acts like it's up here. I don't think I want to cut down on my invokes. That might be the correct decision, though, because the Bloodthirsty Adversary is like netting a card. But it doesn't net as many cards as Invoke, but it scales pretty well into 8 mana. Where Invoke also scales pretty well because you can cast the spells you immediately draw, but it's not you casting the Adversary. Adversary is also really good with the backside of Fable, in a way that's like kind of unique. Pressures Planeswalkers pretty well because it's just a creature with haste. Is it better than Archfiend of the Dross against Esper? Probably not. Maybe I can like cut a Bank Buster, but I don't think I should do that either. And I don't think I want to go to 24 lands. I think that's extremely greedy. We're just going to play a game. Let me check the store first. What's the daily deal? Ooh, Full Art Rat Priest. Ooh, Full Art Hive. I like those cards. Not enough, but... I don't think I want a Shieldred's Edict either. Alright. Drink another little bit of my milk. I have 2 half-drank milks. I started one the other night when I didn't know I had a half. Okay. I also don't know how much more testing I'm going to do. I'll go first. Because I think at some point I just need to take a break and kind of relax before the event. I go first. I have 2 cutdowns, and other than that, no castables. I need to draw a red source. But if I draw a red source, I can cast turn 2 Harvester, turn 3 Fable. I think I'm likely to draw at least a 3rd land in the next couple spells. Or in the next couple spells. Am I Diamond? When did I get Diamond? Being able to play with the cut down is unless they just like don't play anything. They look like they're Esper though. They could be in a Traxa deck. I don't. So I think I'm forced to use a cut down here, and I have a back cut down, which isn't the worst. But I just can't really afford to be under the gun power creeping like that. I do have the Wake. Okay, so they have red, so they're Mardu, which I think is pretty good. I was testing that early on. Archangel Wrath. So, what do I want to discard? Is this a get rid of Harvester game, jam Shieldred? Is this a... I think I want to keep the land. because I want to play Shielded this turn. I don't think I can bank on drawing it off. I guess I could use the treasure token. Keep cut down the goblin. Okay, so I think I'm going to discard the lamb then. And I think I'm going to discard Blood Tithe Harvester, even though if I do get to untap with the Reflection, the Blood Tithe Harvester is super good. I don't think I can count on untapping with the Reflection, especially with this many lands. So we're going to discard this, hope I draw like land and both. That'd be pretty good. I'll offer the trade on the gun. I don't think I want to waste it. So I can go Ridge, cut down the Goblin. They might need that treasure to get back in the game because they're on lower resources. And they didn't block, which means that they want to untap it. So I'm just going to expend a cut down, play a Shield Ridge, force them to do something on their turn. Maybe I could have forced them to do something on their turn. Okay. They're not getting a lot done this turn. And I have a bit of time where I have there. Attack. I'm gonna put Fable. I think I'm gonna hold on to the lands, so this way I can rummage both of them away to my Fable. Okay, so they're letting me untap with the Reflection. This is also pretty good against my Fable chapter. I am going to discard Cliffs though. Try and draw 2 spells. Not... Okay. So I'm going to activate Reflection on a token. I'm going to go combat. I'm going to attack with make some treasure. Okay, they blocked like I was hoping. This will let them untap with a Reflection. They're on pretty low resources though, and I do get to get rid of the shield. And I still have my own Reflection. So we are going to let them untap with a Reflection. I can't even... I've already discarded. I'm going to hold on to the Swamp. I'm gonna end the turn here, just hold these two. So I can discard them later. I can still play the Haunted Ridge the following turn. I would like to draw an Invoke. Oh, maybe I should have played the lands, because I get to... If I played the Ridge on my turn, I would get to play the Swamp on my turn, and on the end of their turn, I would get to use the Reflection, make a bunch of copies to try to kill them. Yeah, they cut down that. Okay. Which is fine. I am... Okay, so I think that's fine. I'm gonna attack, make another treasure. I don't think they're gonna block, even though they're clicking on the Reflection a few times. Yeah, they thought about it. Okay, and they were holding priority in combat. Sure. Hello. We are going to Buster. It's a cut down, which is pretty good. I'm going to end the turn. I'm going to cut down the Reflection if they cast a creature. Or activate their Transmogrant. That doesn't... Wandering Emperor. That's fine. I guess they're going to give the Reflection.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect
okay, they're going
my
to exile
people.
that. That's strange. That's fine.
You're done.
I am going to, instead of reflection, kill their Emperor. I'm going to see if I can draw a blood officer. Combat, I'll kill the Emperor. I guess they want the token to untap and then give me another treasure.
Good.
So I'm going to play Swamp and a Bank Buster, hold the Soul Pursuit. Probably the worst land in the deck. What do we got? An announcement. That's pretty good. Ooh, and a Harvester. Okay, that's their last card, though. They don't have anything to throw away to the blood. They must have just drawn this, too, because they had the Reflection in play for a while. And if they ever played this with the Reflection in play, that's... Go for the Throat. Okay, so what I'm going to do... I'm going to play the Trespasser, and I'm going to make a copy of the Trespasser. I'm going to at least eat their Transmogrant attack. I can kill the Harvester preemptively? Oh no, because I can only attack with the token. So we're going to play... Springs. We're going to make colorless mana with the Springs. Swamp, Trespasser, eat Transmogrant. We're going to make a copy of the Trespasser, get another trigger, eat their Shield Druid. We're going to crew this. We're going to crew this one with our real Trespasser. We're going to go to combat, go to attacks. We're going to attack with the Trespasser token from the Trespasser we just played, eat their Shield Druid. We're going to go to blockers. I'm going to let them trade off their board. Okay, so they're taking 3 and a chumping. Damage. So they're going to use the Harvester, I guess, to kill the Reflection, but I think they're under too much pressure. Maybe they can't even do that. I think I can draw a card. See what I've done. Another Springs. I can just kill this then and lock it. I don't know what they could draw. I guess I could draw something Shield Druid. That's pretty good at probably keeping them in the game. They still can't use the blood if they draw a Shield Druid, though. They get a redraw them, though. So Blackblade Glyphs wasn't doing it. Land is also probably not doing it. Okay, so looks like Mardu, which means I'm going to want something like a Bank Buster. I'm going to want the Soul Transfers. They have Wandering Emperor, so I don't think I want the Transmogrant. They have enough important non-creatures like Wedding Announcement and Planeswalkers. I'm probably going to want all my copies of Duress. And I'm going to want my own Planeswalkers. This is also fair. I don't think they are going to be casting Invoke Despair, but this is also very good at insulating yourself against Invoke Despair because you have 2 of Nyxluses. So what are we cutting? We're cutting all the cutdowns because they're not typically good in this type of matchup. I'm going to cut the Gix's Command. I'm going to cut the Archfiend because I don't think it's going to be good at racing. I'm going to keep these in. Shieldred is really bad if you're just getting tempoed really hard by like a Go for the Throat or something. They have enough graveyard interaction. I'm going to keep the Trespassers. And I think I can go down and Go for the Throat because they don't have a lot of good targets for it besides Shieldred. I'll keep the Abrades because if they play a Bank Buster, I want to be able to answer it. This is another time when Bloodthirsty Adversary would be really good to have because it's a nice third virtual copy of something like an Abrade, or when I trim on Go for the Throats a lot, it's kind of like another effective copy of Go for the Throat. I'm going to be on the draw again. Unless this Tybalt AVI is a Psycho. Okay, Duress, turn 2 play Shieldred. Shieldred not the best, but I have a lower chance of drawing a second copy, a second redundant copy. This is pretty good because I get to go Duress into Blood Tithe, which I think is just a very strong one too. So I'm going to keep, and I'm on the draw, so I get to look at 1 cards. They're playing a tap land, I draw another Duress. This is a good time to cast a turn 1 Duress. Take their... So they're all removal. I'm gonna take... I guess they're annoyed with Affliction, because it's... The cut down... Both of them miss the shield. I guess I'm gonna let them cut down my Blood Tithe Harvester. Which I think is fine. I get a blood, and we put them further on down on points, which is fine. We can cycle with the rest. They didn't play anything on turn 3. So there's no wedding announcement. I think it's pretty unlikely they drew 2 lands and they didn't have like a turn 3. I think I just wanted to rest them here. I just want to peek. Wow, they drew more lands. That's so unlucky for them. Yeah, that's unbelievable. They didn't even like... There's a wedding announcement. Awesome for them. Bad for me, but you know, it's not about me. Not all about me. I think I'm going to dump the Duress here, even though I can't do anything to the wedding announcement. It's just going to resolve. I just want to remember to do this. Alright, so we drew a Bank Buster, which is pretty good in this matchup. And I have a Graveyard Trespasser. I think I just want to use all my mana, because otherwise it's pretty poor if I go turn 2 Bank Buster nothing. I think I'm just going to play Trespasser. And I'm going to exile the Annoyed with Affliction in case they have Bloodthirsty Adversary as well. Duressing nothing is like a lot of good information for me, but also pretty bad in general. Transmog. I can just attack with my Trespasser still pretty unmolested here. Their hand is really poor, so I think I just want to put them under Shieldred pressure as well. We're going to go to combat. I'm going to attack. I'm going to exile the cut down, I guess. I can exile my Blood Tithe Harvester. I'm going to deal damage. See, if I showed them the Shieldred in combat, I think they wouldn't block there because now they're a lot of life total pressure. They get to trigger the announcement. By withdrawing a card, but I don't know if that's really beneficial for them. And clearly they choose not to do it. So what are we gonna do here? I'm gonna braid the Razor Lash and eat it with the Glutton. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, so they get to Takenuma the Razor Lash back, actually. With my, exile, with my Eat trigger on the stack. So, what do I want to do? I think I'm in a favorable position, so I think I just want to play the Bank Buster and play for the longer game. I'm the one with the Shieldred, and they have to play defense. So we're gonna go to combat. I'm gonna decline to attack. And I'm just gonna kind of let them slowly die to Shieldred. That's fine. They rebought a Blood Tithe Harvester, which is a good find, and they found a Rite of Oblivion, which is also very good. I can't really do much about finding the Rite of Oblivion. I guess if I attacked and they flipped the Rite of Oblivion, I would be able to... No, because they would have did it with a trigger on the stack. I wouldn't have been able to see it. So I'm gonna do this anyway. So I'm gonna gain a life now. Or I'm gonna gain the 2 life. Draw a card. Get a Swarm. It's fine. Stop it. Sure. Yeah. There's 2 attacks. Attacking here. They used the Takenuma, so now I actually get to eat this with a kill spell. Go to my turn. They cast 2 spells, so my Trespasser's smaller now, which is pretty unfavorable. I do get to handle the problem, though, which is nice. I have to use a Braid on it. And I think this is just too much damage to kind of soak every turn. I had a bit of a life point buffer because of my... I'm going to go to combat, I'm going to go to attacks, I'm going to attack. I'm gonna exile the transmog. Because of my Shieldred doing a little work and this trigger. Yeah, if he wants to double block those. Okay. So at this point, I would have used the removal spell if he just double blocked the humans, but at this point I just get to trade for the shaman, which I think is like fine. I have enough lands, and I have something a little proactive to do. So I'm going to play the Harvester. And I get to play defense with the Bank Buster. I wonder if they want to cash in. Not cash in, but turn the Harvester into something else. The rest. That's fine. They can take the Go for the Throat. My hand's not super exciting. And they've chosen to keep both of those cards, which means they are planning on untapping with that Fable. And since they got rid of the Go for the Throat, I think that's a pretty sound plan. Yep, that's fine. So I think here I need to find an answer for the Imminent Reflection, so I think I'm going to rummage away this, because all their stuff is outclassing me with the Festivity. So I have the Abrade, which is nice. I'm going to draw a card. Okay. I'm just going to play... I don't have anything else to do, so I'm going to play this tapped, keep the mountain to rummage it away. No attacks, and turn. This is fine. Kind of sucks that it's gonna consume a card. Okay, they're rummaging, which means they don't use the blood type. Oh, they can still, yeah, make a new blood with a new token. So that's probably what they're planning on doing. Let's do tax. Oh man, so they're not banking on untapping the reflection. I'm gonna block here. Just get the Blood Tithe Harvester off the board. Kind of takes the pressure off of me needing to answer. I can play a little more conservatively with this Abrade. I think I'm going to just draw my card now and see what I have to work with. Ooh, Invoke's pretty nice. So what I get to do here is, I think, now I want to Abrade the Reflection, because the following turn I get to untap and invoke the Wedding Festivity. So we are just going to get rid of this. Don't let them untap with it. Don't let them get the free token. I will play a Bank Buster and a Mountain. And now with this treasure I can draw a card as well. Or just crew a block with the pilot token. I wonder if my pilot tokens are going to get in the mail in time. No matter what deck I'm going to end up playing, I'm going to have Bank Busters in it. So I'm going to need these pilots. Do I crew? I think I crew. It saves my treasure. This might be a big trap, and I might just be getting upgraded. Or something. Or Destroy Evil. Which is fine. I'm just taking a hit. Taking 4, and now I get to invoke them and take all their pressure away. Okay. It's not bad. Is there anything in the graveyard that's worth getting? Get a Trespasser and kind of like pressure them a little harder. Because they have one target, and I guess I could just keep eating 9. You're gonna crew with the pilot, because now I've got the donuts. And I don't really think that they can turn it around. They could play Archangel of Wrath, which would be really poor for me. So that's why I think I'm gonna hold on to the Soul Transfer and just use this. And I'm going to end the turn and not play the Ridge, in case I need to rummage the Ridge into something better later. Fable's pretty good. Flame Blast. Okay, so they have a Flame Blast. They have Flame Blast. Okay. That's probably for Razor Lash, actually. So they have all the mana, so that doesn't matter. They're not going to have a lot of options with Rummaging. I think I'm going to try and stabilize. I'm going to rebuy my Trespasser. I'm going to play my Trespasser. I'm going to eat their Harvester. Put them to 5. I can attack. And then put them dead to an attack trigger. I think that's correct, because I don't think they can kill me for 12. If they throw a Goblin, yeah, this is pretty bad for them. This is very, very risky. Discard Harvester, so now they're actually just dead to the combat step. It's fine, they can have it. Okay. It's weird, Trespasser is really kind of just what this type of deck needs, where it lets you stabilize but also pivot to being aggressive very quickly. It's not really what I would expect. I'm going to reroll this quest. I can probably do that one a lot better than casting Dreamhack cards. I just tapped out to look at chat. I don't have the second monitor set up yet. It's sitting next to me, but I don't have an extension cord long enough to actually plug it in. It's coming tomorrow, though. It's a big monitor, so I'm kind of excited. I think I'm going to put the game in there. I got it to play my Switch, but, you know, I need a second monitor anyway. Okay, so this is game 1. I'm on the draw. We have a threat if I draw another land and a duress, which can buy me a lot of time. But if they're on something like Esper or an aggressive deck, I'm kind of in trouble. My hand is kind of removal light. I don't really think I can do this. I don't think I can keep a hand on duress in the blind. This is a lot better. I'll put a... Turn 1 Ridge, turn 2 Swamp, turn 3 Swamp, Aberrate into Fable, Invoke. I think I'm more likely to draw lands. And I'm gonna need... I think this might be a poor key. Coast. Play this tap. Okay, so it's probably Esper. No, it is not Esper. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. I'm just gonna play Harvester until their both disappear. Oh, nothing. Let's have some water. Strength. Okay. I think they have a negate. They're very kind of conspicuously holding open 2 mana. And they didn't cast Make Disappear on the Blood Tithe Harvester, maybe because they had the Strangle, but they passed through it really quickly. I don't think I want to play into negate here, so I think I'm going to play Trespass. Awesome. Okay, so we got a little clock going. I'll play a Swamp. I'm probably going to use the Blood to get rid of the Cut Down, because the Abrade actually has, like, applications. Attack. I'm going to eat the Harvester, just so I can get some damage in, because I think I should be pressuring them pretty hard. Damage. I think they have Memory Deluge here, so if I cast the Fable and commit their mana to countering that, they can't Deluge. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I still think they have Negate. Okay, Spell Pierce, same diff. That is fine. They still can't Deluge, which is what I want. Five mana. Not 4 of one color, so we can't invoke something. What can you cast for 5? I guess the Bro Teferi. Or Wandering Mind. Wandering Mind work. So let's get a little information on the Wandering Mind of the Wandering Mind. We're going to resolve this. Make disappear. Okay. I'm... do I wanna... Yeah, the cut down is just so bad. Okay. So... I'm gonna go to combat, just attack. I'm gonna exile spell pierce, look at my graveyard. I'll exile cut down because it's horrible. They're gonna block. Glad I didn't burn the Abrade. I'm going to end my turn. Because I don't think I should be playing into the Make Disappear. Doing nothing is also bad. But I think... Okay, yeah, here's my route. I'm going to shatter your Bank Buster. I'm going to try and draw a land and 3 mana threat. If I get to go to combat, I get to put them to 10. So I get to eat the mine and deal 4. Go to combat. And Buster. Damage, put you to 10. Do I let them use the Make Disappear? I think this is the turn I'm supposed to play into it. Because they do it here, I try and draw a land off the top, I invoke them. I think they have a Depopulate or a Farewell that they're going to cast. And if I can't draw a land off the top, that's really bad for me. Yeah, here's the Farewell. So I have to draw a land. It's going to be the Blackleaf Cliffs. Ooh, yes. Dome shot. Oh. Alright. Still holding up Make Disappear. What am I gonna do here? I can 2-for-1 myself on killing the Sanctuary Warden with 3 damage from the Abrade, then go for the throat. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright. So then I play Springs and go for the throat. Oh no, there's nothing to do with the Sanctuary Warden now. There's no more counters. So I didn't have to play the Spring. So I could have played the Cliffs, so I could play around the Make Disappear like I wanted to do, but I thought I had to play around Make Disappear this turn. Instead, I just messed up. Okay, so end turn, hoping to draw an untapped land so I can play around Make Disappear. Which is really awkward that they just can't do anything about it. Second Sanctuary Ward. I think now I'm supposed to go for the throat this one. Because this one can eat counters off this one. Resolves. Cut down looking bad again. Played against something sort of like this before. I'll take cut down this and draw a second cut down so they can't casualty the Make Disappear, or you just draw Duress. That's pretty good. So we're gonna play Buster. I'm going to draw a card off Bank Buster. Draw another Blackleaf Cliffs, play the Cliffs. And turn. I've got 2. They're like 1 Shieldred trigger, so if I can draw a Shieldred and slip it under the Make Disappear or anything else. There's a Deluge. I don't think they had this the whole time. I think they just didn't have Deluge prior. But maybe they did because they just didn't have a turn that they could actually play it. Cast attacks. Okay. No fear, they just think they can kill any creature I have. Oh, they're gonna block this. I'll take it. Okay, so this is a situation where I think I can actually convert the cutdown. Because now they're dead to any creature crewing the bank, which I believe is any creature in the deck. There's a go for the throw, which isn't bad. I think I want to... Yeah, if I try to draw a card, I give up that line. Can I invoke... I can't invoke... I think I'll draw a card first. There's Shieldred. They have to counter that. Do I wait? Do I invoke them and make them counter it? No, I don't think so. Make their life a little awkward. Invoke them here, let them spell pierce me. I think I make them use the disappear. So they just have to do this unless they have a spell. Which it seems like they do. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to think what my optimal draw is here. Might be just Blood Tithe Harvester to attack with the Buster if they're going to attack for 7. I think they just have to attack for 7. It puts me on a defense block, which is really, really fast. Because they don't know about the go for throw. Oh, okay. I think this will be good. Okay. I can go for the throw this, and then cast... I think I go for the throat. The Goblin. Play Trespasser, attack for 4? I think I play Trespasser first? Because this actually stabilizes me and I want this to resolve. I'll play Trespasser. If he taps too low to counter this, I get to just invoke him, I think, right? Yeah, I just get to invoke. Exile your Warden. Then I get to go for the throat, the Goblin token. Right? Or is it safer to go for the throat, the Warden? If I go for the throat, the Goblin token, counter it. What actually will win me the game? I think making it so... kill the Sanctuary Warden? Because he's dead to a combat step, so I think I just want to survive? I don't actually think it matters, because I don't think I can kill either. This might be a little safer. Not gonna attack because of the goblin. I guess the goblin chumps, but then I think I just want to do something with the Bank Buster because they're also dead to the following combat step instead of needing to chump here. They already have all the mana in the world, so I can just block anyway. They might be getting ready to I didn't see if they played a land. They might be getting ready to play a land, use the token off the Goblin Shaman to farewell the board away, and then die to my Invoke. They're under so much pressure here. The Trespasser was probably the best draw. Casting multiple spells on their turn. Boing, bing, bong. Yeah, they go to combat, put me to 2. Yeah, they want the treasure. And I'm gonna block. Why are they doing this now?
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
Oh, they want life. That's interesting. I'm going to try and draw a cut down. That is a really interesting line.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Okay, they have to have negate here to not die to invoke. I attack with Trespasser, Bankbuster. They block Bankbuster with... They block Warden on the Trespasser, Citizen on the Buster. I put them to 1 again through combat and the Trespasser trigger. Or just like try and make them have something reasonable here. They can't casualty me. Whatever. They have it, they have it. I don't think I can sit here and not cast like the good cards in my deck. Okay, they had negate. So that resolved. I cast second Trespasser. Eat their Deluge here to give them fewer options. I have enough creatures, man. They don't. Okay, so they aren't actually dead with the combat step. Combat, no attacks. I still think that was correct to play the Trespasser rather than Bankbuster draw a card. I think I just want to put more things on the table. We're both fairly committed to the table too, so I don't think I'm cold to another Farewell. They have an Emperor. I would have nothing, but I would have a Bankbuster in my hand, but they would have cards in hand and lands untapped. This is a glorified Steam Vents, by the way. They have 23 minutes, I have 20 minutes. I'll use 3 more minutes than that, which is a lot. Otawara the token. I will crew, I guess. And then you can bounce my pilot. I don't know what this actually opens me up to, or why they would do... Oh, they don't want to bounce a Trespasser because of Ward. Duh. And they don't want to bounce a Bankbuster because it's horrible.
I have got new
They're pushing it out of cut down range. Because they recognize that Reflection is easily their most valuable creature. Maybe if I had to compete with a Reflection, I should have just played the Bankbuster to dig it 1 deeper. Oh, they get to pull the counter off the Reflection. That's pretty cool. But now it's not out of cut down range, but maybe it doesn't matter? Oh, this also removes an attacker. Okay, from my table. Because otherwise I would be able to attack. Yeah, all this was very calculated, very good. There's a lot going on here. I'm going to draw the Duress here, turn 2 late. Technum is not a bad one. I don't have anything really to find. I guess I have Shieldred. That's a pretty good get. The odds of them not having a Disdainful Stroke or a Make Disappear, I think, is pretty poor for me. What is, like, best case? Buy Shieldred, find 2 more creatures to exile with the Trespassers, and slam Shieldred. 4 mana, I play into basically any soft counter they have. Bankbuster, how do I find anything reasonable off with Bankbuster? Bankbuster is also 4 mana, playing into any soft counter they have. Maybe I just channel this and go for the sure thing. I think I'm just in a very bad spot. So I buy the Shieldred. Can I buy Harvester and do anything with the blood? Buy Harvester, play Harvester, eat the blood. Have 2 mana left over, turning the Bankbuster into... Go for the throat? I think it still just plays into all the counter magic, but that might be... This plays into... I think I just still take the Shield. I think I'm still good combat. Okay, they're dead because I got to eat the Blood Tithe Harvester with the Trespasser. They die on their draw step. Okay, that was not what I expected to happen. Gix's Command out. Cut downs out. Go for the throats. We're going really low on those. The rest is in. Soul Transfers in. Obnixilis in. Bankbuster in. Archfiend. I don't know how Archfiend actually is in this matchup. It's a very fast clock. But they don't have a lot of things to die. I don't know if I can actually kill them in time with the Archfiend. Maybe it is just like good enough, but it's also bad against their counter magic. I think I'm just gonna run with this. I'm not sure about the Archfiend. Archfiend might just be for Esper. Or like other aggressive matchups with creatures. That was extremely close. You would probably like this deck. It's just a bunch of mid-range cards. And Shieldred. I have to figure out how to use the YouTube studio, because I don't know how. Alright. I'm going second. Buster. Oh, yeah, I already know what matchup I'm playing. This hand's pretty good, I think. It's just a bunch of like really strong value cards. I'm gonna keep... Turn 2 Buster's like not the most impressive thing or exciting thing in the world, but I have lands to participate in the game. They're playing their Bank Buster, I'm going to abrade it, and I get 2 Black Leaf Cliffs. It is my lucky day. That's why I don't like turn 2 Bank Buster in most matchups. Is you can just get it blown up and never get a card off of it. As we both play a turn 2 Fable. I don't know whose Fables are better. They discard nothing. They offer up the token trade. I think I'm going to decline. I think I'm going to discard... Okay, so they're destroying it, so I'm not even going to get to Rummage. That's, like, kind of acceptable, though. I'm going to duress them. Because I think they just have counter magic. They're thinking about negating this, I'm assuming. Okay, they just let me have it. I think I take the Emperor here because it's just the best card, and it's a little easier to play around something like Make Disappear when you know about it. I'm going to take the Emperor because I think it's the hardest thing for me to interact with, especially with my hand. My hand is kind of bad. It's not bad, it's just like really kind of like medium. I'm going to attack, make this treasure token, and make a Bank Buster cast really awkward for them. because then I don't even have to crack the treasure if they decide to casualty the Make Disappear, if they value this card highly enough. If they don't, I'm going to end the turn. And I'm going to use the treasure now to start trying to gain some cards, because I need to get rid of the range. Here's the Wandering Mind, I'm not sure what they're looking for. But I get to see it, because it reveals naturally, because it's looking for a specific card. I'm not sure if Obnixilis is going to be good here. I don't have anything to sacrifice. You crew 3 for this. What are you going to find? Negate. That's pretty good. Mr. Tex. Resolves. Blocks. No blocks. I'm going to draw a card because I need to kill the reflection through multiple counterspells. I don't think I can kill it from multiple counterspells. So what can I do? I can attack for 2. Let's see what he does. I will never get to attack for 2 again, though, because they will always have a chump blocker with the reflection, which they clearly do not value. They think I have a spell because they think this reflection's dying, so they threw away their draw a card every turn with reflection, which is interesting because I do not have a removal spell. What am I going to do? I want to get the pilot in play to crew this so I can use Obnixilis to sacrifice the Buster. So I think I'm going to play a second Bank Buster and see what they do. See if I can eat a negate. They do not. Okay, so I can draw 2 cards this turn. I might be pulling ahead on cards, but I'm probably not pulling ahead on things on the table. The reflection here is going to be pretty good at just giving them a mana advantage. Their hand is pretty weak for exerting more pressure on the board. But this is pretty good as it is, the reflection token. Yep. Oh, I should have drew a card to see if I could draw Gopher Throat. Oh, that's irritating. Because I'm bad. Alright, well I didn't, so I don't feel as bad, but... resolve those. Take my lumps. See what they do next. Nothing. Draw card. Autopay. So Silkenzon. We are gonna draw a card with Buster. Invoke's pretty good. Okay. So... they have a creature. I want to put something on the table. I think I unfortunately have to play this as a land, so I can pay for Make Disappear, because this dodges negate. A 3/3 also brick walls the 2/2s really well. They'll still be able to generate a treasure with a single copy token, but they won't be able to attack for 4 damage and get 2 treasures. Looks like they're thinking about Make Disappearing and sacrificing their Goblin, which is not something I expected. I guess they just value nothing? They already have a bunch of treasures, so... no, I'm going to decline. That's fine. So now I get to use this to draw a card. If I animate it, they'll destroy evil it. And the destroy evil is dead right now. So I think I'm just going to keep drawing a card with the Buster and use this treasure to keep looking for something like a Duress. Cycling. I'll draw a card. Getting the bank busters in yeah, this feels like just so advantageous for me because I got the busters into play. Fable, that'll bait the destroy evil. I could probably bait the destroy evil already. I can just go to attack. I can just animate this and go to attacks. Boop. See what they do. They use the destroy. They probably know what's up though. Yeah, they know what's up. I can play Swamp on this. I think I'll use an Up Nixilis here. Cast it with Casualty, sacrifice the Bank Buster. Probably wish they Destroy Eviled it now. If they use a Negate here, then it clears the way pretty well for my... There's my copy, there's my original. I'm going to make the original weak, so this way when I cast the second copy, I'm still in good shape. This one I'm going to, I think, plus and just start pressuring his hand. Also gains me a little life, which is kind of nice. What happens if they farewell the board? Well, I still have the Up Nixilis, which are pretty cool. The Devil actually holds off the Reflection really well as well. I think I'm going to play Fable. See if they want to negate this. Don't. So they're just letting me play things on the table, so trees are afraid of something else going on. If they didn't counter an Nixilis and they didn't counter a Fable, it means they're afraid of something else, and apparently it's not... Apparently it's all of it, because they just... Which is kind of surprising. I really do like this deck. I hope all the cards come in the mail in time so I can play this. I'm just looking for... I just want Bloodthirsty Adversary, like, every game. It just scales really well. It does a lot of things. I think I want at least one copy. It might be greedy to ask for more. This might be pretty good against the what's-his-face cards. Esper. Maybe the Archfiend is just, like, not quite good enough for the main? I could be super incorrect, though. Maybe I want it in the side. Might just be good enough in those matchups. And I get to board in Vengeance and the blocker. Turns around and pressures them. The Up Nixilises have been playing super well. Really surprised. Maybe we just don't need multiple Archfiends. I like the Adversary, though. I think I definitely want one. I want a second copy, though. It just seems so strong. Yeah. It means I can't just exile everything Graveyard Trespasser out of my own graveyard again. It does give me more creatures as well for the Graveyard Trespasser. It's really good with Fable. I think I just want this one too. I'm so greedy. Blockers are nice as well. What can I cut? Can't cut a land. That's like... That's offensive to even suggest. Even though Sulphur Springs sucks. I just like this effect. I'm so greedy. I know these 5 drops in a metagame. That's just very grindy. Do. Can't cut a braid. I'm already on the low end on the braids. Can't move anything in the sideboard. Duress has just been extremely good. Like I said, I want 2 copies of Duress rather than 1. I'm closer to 2 than 0. Say it like that. I think you just want to shield it every game. And you still want it post-board. I don't want to cut the Gix's command. I'll just try 1 for now. For as useful as that is, testing a single card. Maybe I'll work my way up over the weekend into more copies. What do you think? What do we think in the chat about Bloodthirsty Adversary? Oh, I get to go first. Reanimator Fiend. This hand is extremely reactive. Hopefully I can draw some lands off the top and threats. I think I can do a little better on the play, though. So I'm going to mulligan. This hand's definitely not better, so I'm just going to go to 5. This looks a little better. I'm going to keep this. We're going to put Trespasser and the second cut down on the bottom. Maybe the Harvester gets worse here. I don't think so. So we're gonna go turn 1 Haunted Ridge into either Harvester or Cut Down. Alright, it's gonna be the long haul. We're gonna play Harvester. They're gonna probably play a Plains. Oh, the Ossification. Okay. I'm going to play... So this is mono white. So I'm going to play the Fable. We still have the Blood Token from that. Another Ossification for my token. They have a lot of answers, which is good for them. I get to get rid of some of these cards that are just unusable right now, though, like Cut Down and Gix's Command. Gix's Command, fine in the matchup. I'm assuming not why we're here. I'm going to play Swamp, because I need to just keep putting lands in play. And I think I'm going to do Bank Buster before I play a second Fable to try and put more cards in my hand, so this way when I rummage with the Fable Chapter 2, I am... End the turn. I have more to work with. I would love to play Fable immediately here, but I think they're going to be able to answer my Fable when it flips. So I don't think I can really bank on having both backsides at once. And I think I really just need to start accumulating more cards and recovering from the mulligan. I've done a really good job at just drawing lands in the proper order and presenting threats every turn. Enough that they have to like use the ossifications. Especially when the Goblin token hit this one with the... That was targeting the Goblin token. Because that was going to dig me out of just having kind of a mana deficit. They have Wandering Emperor here because they're just passing with 4 mana. There's no way that they just have enough to play. Draw my card. We're gonna make my what's-his-face. I'm gonna play this as a land, cast the Fable, and I'm gonna be able to draw a few cards before I go to Chapter 2 now. Especially with them just casting Wandering Emperor here, this doesn't really play into that at all. So I think this is the line I want to take. They obviously get to untap with the Emperor, but I can't stop that at all. And I get to sit here and just continue to try and recover from the mulligan. Alright, next. This is probably the same thing I would do if I was playing mono white. Ooh, and they have the good style. But this is just like not, I don't think, a good
We
modern
started
Emperor
this fight,
turn.
but I'm going to end.
Their hand must be either very weak or they're ready to
We
really start
must
running away with the game.
protect the people.
Dog. I wonder if they needed to land. They're going to make the samurai big. Oh, maybe they needed to land. Oh, okay, they're gonna arms the reflection. Which means I can... If I crew the Bank Buster, the Emperor gets to exile the Goblin token. I think I just let them do this. Could probably save a little damage, but this isn't what the game is about. These little chip shots. Because now they just get to... That's fine. Okay.
May your blade strike true.
If they don't attack, that means they really want to protect their Emperor. Which is weird, because it's immediately going to die to a Invoke Despair anyway. Mr. blocks, no blocks, damage. Because I want this treasure more. Go for the rest. I'm going to discard, go for the throat. No. I guess I discard Trespasser, because I don't think it's particularly good in this matchup. I want to duress them this turn. And I don't think the Go for the Throat is particularly good unless I duress them and see like a Sanctuary Warden. But even then, I don't think Go for the Throat is very good against Sanctuary Warden either. So I'm going to dump these two, keep the duress, try and tag something in their hand with the duress as I draw multiple lands. I'm going to duress them, see that their hand is actually terrible, which I did not think was the case. I'm going to... guess draw a card with Buster first? See what I can do. Okay, so their hand is completely soft to just flipped Reflection, which means the Blood Tithe Harvester just gets to run away. They get to flip their farmhand next turn because they get to put a counter on the Samurai and then Coven. I'm going to just enter combat, go to combat, attack this, make them trade. Because since I drew the Harvester, I don't really have to value the Goblin much. Damage, fine. Now I get to play Harvester. I think I can play one as a land and use the other one to rummage with the blood. Steel Seraph is a really good draw. Yeah, they're a little limited on what they can do here.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Alright, 3 lifelink vigilance. No blocks. On my turn. Swamp. So I can use the Harvester and just... Oh, I can use... No. I need to keep this around, so I can't activate it yet. I can crew the Buster and attack. See what they throw away. Crew. Oh, I can crew with the Pilot. I don't have to even use the Harvester. Combat. Attacks. Let's see what they do. That's fine. I'm going to use one blood. I'm going to discard. Cliffs. Draw a swamp. I need to keep one blood around, so when I make a Harvester copy next turn, I will have 2 blood, so the Harvester copy can kill the Steel Seraph. So I'm going to pass. I'm going to take my lumps. Emperor can eat the pilot. I doubt it does that. Steel Seraph probably is going to start getting juiced up. Okay, if they put the counter on the Steel Seraph, it actually would ruin what I'm trying to do, because it would give it too much toughness to die to the Blood Tithe Harvester and make me use both. This is fine. They can also flip the farmhand now. Pass to attacks, they're probably going to hope that I try to trade off the Blood Tithe Harvester with the farmhand. Or they're going to use the farmhand on defense, but they used the Wandering Emperor with it this turn, so they're probably not. They are going to Covenant, though. Yes, the blocks. No blocks. First strike damage. That's weird. They didn't Coven, which means that their card has to be good in their hand, and they don't want to use the 3 mana. Damage. I'll take it. What can instant speed get rid of the Harvester? Apparently nothing. Maybe they're going to protect the Steel Seraph? I have no idea. Okay, so they were going to do it anyway. I'm going to crew the token. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack with the Buster at the Emperor. They could have a second Emperor and just exile the Bank Buster here.
I still have much to learn.
I'm going to take 7, go to 6. And they're still in the Blood Tithe Harvester Reflection Lock. I can Rummage. Discard Springs. Okay, there's my Invoke. I will play Swamp. I will Invoke. I will target you. They sacrificed the Empty Ossification, by the way. In case it didn't look like anything. So I get to use Double Treasure to kill the Seasoned Cathar as well. Whenever I feel compelled. Cool. The game is pretty close. No. I'm going to... Oh, they just conceded. Probably because they lost to a mulligan to 5. And that's why I'm not playing white next weekend. Plays a bunch of good cards. Keeps a 7. Plays multiple ways to put an additional card in their hand. Still gets blown out by Invoke, Despair, and Reflection and Blood Tithe. Gotta name Horse Outside. Ooh, they have the Ren avatar. I want to switch to that. My hand is really bad. I have plenty of lands to participate in the game, but not before turn 3. And I'm on the draw. So we're gonna mulligan. Hand is also medium. Got the Bloodthirsty Adversary. It's only black sources, but I have Bankbuster and Cut Down. I'm on a mulligan already. I have Harvester and Shieldred. I think I'm putting the Adversary on the bottom. I think I'm going to keep... Only because I can cast Shieldred on turn 4. And if that's good enough, it's likely extremely good enough. I want to get the Ren Avatar now. Friendship ended with Wandering Emperor. Haunted Ridge into Harvester is pretty good. They are holding up something like Make Disappear now, which is kind of annoying, but if they want to trade that for a Blood Tithe Harvester, I guess that's fine. which they don't. Either they don't have it, or they don't care to trade that in that capacity. And we've drawn red land into fourth land for the Shieldred. Slash the Bankbuster, because I think what I'm more likely to do is cast Bankbuster, activate Bankbuster on turn 4, rather than run Shieldred out. Of course, it depends on what actually happens, but... combat. We're gonna attack with the Harvester. It seems like they have removal or something to do, because there was a bit of a pause there. I'm going to play out the Swamp. I'm not going to play Bankbuster into a Braid because it's clearly the Grixis Mirror. The Grixis Pseudo Mirror. So I'm going to end the turn. If they kill the Harvester, I get to pretty freely use the Blood to filter. They are cycling their Sandra's Lounge, which is theoretically good for them because they're getting to do something, but if you're doing that, you're not doing anything else. This is fine because now I get to go for a Drought. See, this is what I didn't want to do, was play my Shieldred into just a go for the throat. In this case, I am going to... I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna cycle the Cut Down. Harvester's gonna be getting his job done here, just attacking. And we're gonna combat, we're gonna attack. I could play Bankbuster into Activate. I think I'm going to hold off on that and just try and get my Fable started. Because the Fable requires too many pieces. It requires too many cards to answer cleanly. It requires either Invoke to pretty cleanly answer it, or some sort of Naturalize and Kill spell. As you can see here, the Invoke cleans it up pretty well. I'll sacrifice the Harvester, keep the Goblin Shaman around. This is a situation where casting the Shieldred would have probably been better, but I still think that was a better play, because I'm only losing to Invoke. Going to combat, attack. Damage. I think I can safely stick the Shieldred here. I don't think I'm getting blown out too badly. Drew their card. They must have just drawn that, or skipped their draw step. Oh, they have a Corpse Blazer. Okay. So they're going to exile the Shieldred that I could have rebought with the Tekanuma. A lot of their stuff is lining up really nice. I had a pretty good sequence of draws to actually play the game as well, so I can't complain too much. And I get to invoke them here, not playing into counter magic as well because the Shieldred tied them up a little. They want to use the Corpse Brazier to pull back ahead. And now I get to enter combat, I get to attack, I get treasure. I'm gonna play Swamp? I'm trying to decide if I want to play Bankbuster and just let it get abraded. I think that still might be kind of a bad spot to be. They might be lower on a braid because I see this Brotherhood end. So I think I'm going to go for the risk and try and get a Bankbuster started. If they abrade it, they abrade it. They're under a lot of pressure, so I don't know if they can afford to abrade it and not like deploy another creature or Goblin token and handle Goblin token. Invoke's a pretty good one here, but it might not be enough, because if I draw anything to crew the Buster and they can't abrade this, or if I just like draw it, well, if I invoke them and they have negate, my invoke is just blown out. So I think I'm going to draw a card here. This kind of insulated me a bit. I'll play Takenuma as a land, unfortunately, so I can play around Make Disappear. Because if they Make Disappear the Bankbuster here, it sucks, and because I'm going to play this as a land anyway to activate the Bankbuster, so just not playing around Make Disappear would just be bad. They probably have Negate. Yeah, Negate's a pretty good main deck card here. Another reason why I shouldn't have played the Invoke Despair. They're very pinched now, because they are going to have a very difficult time not instantly dying to Invoke Despair, and the more blue cards they expend like this, and their counter magic, the tougher it's going to be to not instantly die. If they ever tap out, they're dead. A braid on my bank. See, I'm trading the Bank Buster for an braid, but I got a card out of it. That's what I want. I'm going to try and waste my braid here to try and induce some sort of removal spell. Or not removal, counter spell. And hope that they really value this Corpse Appraiser. They are being very disciplined. Land, and this also prevents them from casualty. Because now I get to play around Make Disappear and just bank on them having... They need a second negate. And I think it's difficult to put that many blue counter spells into your deck in Grixis right now, because the format requires you to be so proactive in answering threats. So, anyway, I'm going to remove the Gix command, cut down, bring in the Duresses, bring in the Transmogrants, bring in the Soul Transfers, bring in the Obnixiluses and the Busters. What are we cutting? We're going down a Shieldred, like I have been doing, because this is very bad just to get nailed with a Go for the Throat or a Soul Transfer post-board. We're going a little lower on Go for the Throats, because we're bringing in the Soul Transfers to kind of offset that. We need 2 more cuts. I think the Graveyard Trespasser is still good. I think I still need the Abrades. I think I still need to Go for the Throats. This is the tough part where I'm not sure what I'm supposed to cut. I'm on the draw, so I think I can't be as aggressive. So I think I can go down a couple Harvesters. Maybe on the play I'll bring them back in, because turn 2 Harvester, turn 3 Trespasser or second Harvester or Transmogrant is really good. Plus the Transmogrants also kind of occupy that turn 2 play slot that the Harvester does. Even though this is better to kind of rummage away, it still lets you get very aggressive early and be recursive. So in the early game, it just is very good at like applying pressure on the board, but also it comes back very readily. And late game, you just get to rummage it away with Fable for basically free. It's a nice creature to insulate you against the Creature Edict portion of Invoke as well. Okay. Got a Shieldred. I got a Duress. Got some lands to participate. And I'm on the draw. This is pretty weak to a creature draw, but I think I'm going to keep it just on the back of me going up cards and Duress taking their best stuff. Hoping that they're a little lighter on creatures as well. I'm going to attempt to Duress them and take their turn 2 Bank Buster, which does not exist. But they have a bunch of Go for the Throats, and I've kind of accommodated, or taken into account, no, I'm taking the Invoke, how to play around Go for the Throat post-board. Hopefully for their sake they don't draw any more. I also know that they don't have an Abrade now, so I can play a Bank Buster. Of course, if they drew the Abrade, you know, tough beats, tough luck. But it doesn't look like they're doing a ton. Okay, they have a Harvester. I'm going to play Springs for sure. And they have Go for the Throat. Do I think that a Graveyard Trespasser will induce them to use a Go for the Throat? Maybe. Because the Trespasser gets to crew the Buster and just Stonewall the Harvester as well. I would have boarded Trespasser out, but it's been pretty good at just being very difficult to get off of a table. The fact that it's almost nearly in any of the spot removal matchups, it's always like a 2-for-1. Because the ward is just so powerful. Yeah, see? They're willingly going down on cards, probably discarding the second Go for the Throat maybe, or the land. Because discarding the extra go for the throw because stealing the Bank Buster is kind of a big whoops. So they could have casted the Shieldred. I wonder what their last card is. I wonder if it's good. Do I want to rest them now? I know they're going to play Shieldred. I think I can start withdrawing a card. Haunted Ridge is pretty good. I think I wanted to rest them because I want to make sure they have no counter magic for the following turn because I'm going to want to invoke them. At least that's the only way I feel like I can enter the game. So I get to take Fable. I think I got lucky there. I don't think the Duress was correct. I don't think this entire turn was correct. It might have been correct for me to just jam shit. That's fine. I'm going to draw my card. Bob makes this is very good. I need to play this. If I invoke them here, they're just going to sacrifice the Harvester. I think I'm just going to play Shoulder. Which I really think I should have just did that last turn. I think this is incorrect and very silly. I feel like I have considerably more control over how this game is going to play out, though, because I think my hand is pretty good. It could easily go bad. I think how they boarded for the matchup was a little poor, or at least their opening hand lined up pretty badly against what was going on. Oh, they have an Abrade. Or Brotherhood's End. Yeah. Especially with the way their auto-tapping went. They don't even have to threaten Spell Pierce. Or they can't even threaten Spell Pierce. That's fine. Because now I just get to invoke them. Oh, okay, take a little damage. By a little, I mean a lot. It's a second creature. I think they're weighing the option on just conceding, or how bad their luck is. Oh, they're thinking about blood and gaining 2 life. I don't think it's worth it. And I'll Edict the Shieldred and then draw 2. Okay. I drew a Shieldred and a Trespasser. I think my hand is good enough I can play this as a land. Next turn I get to go Trespasser Fable. That was just good. Play out your last card. Okay, there's the Abrade. So I drew a Lance. This means I get to just go Shieldred Fable, right? Yeah. So the way things worked out for me, now I get to set up Chapter 2 Fable to gain a little life to stabilize, and I've kind of locked them out of their bloods without taking much of damage. Oh, they have another Brotherhood's End? Oh, and a Braid. Discard. I'm going to discard Swamp because I'm good on mana, and I think... Let me look at their graveyard. 1, 2, 3... Oh, they have a lot of stuff in there. Maybe I just discard the Swamp and I keep the other 2. Go to combat, attack. Trespasser. I don't need the mana, so I get to sacrifice the Goblin now. I'm going to exile the Shieldred in case they're playing Cruelty of Gix or any other reanimate effect. And I'm going to play Obnixilus. I'm going to cast it with Casualty. I'm going to sacrifice Goblin. And I'm going to make 2 up. I am going to make a devil with this and get a little bit of material gain. I'm going to plus this one and just shoot them for 2. It might have been correct to just plus and deal them 4. This might be better in the long run. I'm going to leave the Black Leaf Cliffs in my hand. This insulates me pretty... Making the devil, I think I still would do, because it insulates me pretty well against them. Invoke. They're looking for Brotherhood's End. It might have been correct for me to try and play around Brotherhood's End a little bit, plus one of them to 4. But I really didn't think that far ahead. I should have, though. Ooh, meatball. And a card. Ooh, I get a White Sun Twilight. The card style, at least. I like this card. I got the Playmate the other day. Add it to my collection. One more. And then we'll call it a night. I'm enjoying this, so I want to keep playing it a little. I should finish my milk. It's really thick. Okay, it's been at room temperature for a while, so it's a little warm. Okay. I get to go first. I have removal and some proactive stuff. I'm gonna go Haunted Ridge into Swamp into Blood Tithe Harvester. And I get to untap and just potentially double cut down or go for the throat, or... I like this. I like this hand. I could be a little, ambitious, I guess, in how I think this is going to line up. I think my late game might be a little weak. So they mulliganed. And I guess not late game, I mean just like... Oh, it might be mirror. Ooh, they even have the good Art Harvester. Blackleaf Cliffs right on time. So this is gonna be... cut down, trying to just convert it. I should have offered the trade first, I think. I think I just let them... The way my hand's shaping up, I think I just have to let them attempt to abrade this. And hope I draw a 4th land to shield root them if they abrade it. Okay. Now I just need to draw not Blackleaf Cliff land. It could have been worse. I think we need to use the blood. I need to get rid of this cut down. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll play it, because if I draw a land, I can just cast Invoke next turn instead of Shieldred. And I have to go for the throat to protect myself against their Shieldred. Possibly. Discarding Appraisers, so they're just missing blue mana. I just think it's kind of interesting when they're just like missing a color and you don't know it. That's fine. And that's fine. And that's fine. Alright, well there's Blackleaf Cliffs right on time again. Except from the worst way possible. Offer the trade. They're behind, so they might take it. Because they're looking to, I think, just use the blood and try and find a land. Play this spell they can't cut down. Or make disappear. They're probably going to crack the blood now. Glad that they traded off the Harvester. Discarding the Abrade. They're probably a little higher on the Abrade. Because they had 2 so far, yeah. Go over the throat. Sandra's Lounge. Alright, I think I just pop them for 6, draw 3 cards. Cliffs go. Those are really bad in Vogue. This draws 3 lands. Oh no! Okay, well I guess I eat their Appraiser? Just put them on a clock. Eat the Appraiser. They are messed on colors and messed up on just mana sources. I think this Goblin is more valuable to them than to go for the throat, but if they draw land shielded, I am in a bad spot. Which is completely possible, because they're going to get to look at 3 new cards. So it's very possible that I just was not supposed to do that, and that they're also looking at so many cards that they're probably going to find the 4th mana source. Might have been possible that the Go for the Throat just was better in my hand as an insurance piece. Their spells must all be very good, though. Discard Buster, Darkslick Shores. So Darkslick Shores is just a little late, and they might have discarded that a little too aggressively, and might not have their 4th land still. Because if they don't cast a spell, yeah, there's a Shieldred basically right as I thought. So we're gonna play another Trespasser. No attacks. They just have to hold steady. It's fine. Okay. What do I do here? So I attack. They block with Shieldred. I abrade Shieldred? They have nothing to do with the reflection. I don't think I'm winning by not attacking. Combat, attack with everyone. I think this will favor me. Harvester. Go for the throw. My graveyard. Shieldred. Harvester. Okay. Blocks. Double block. Damage. Now I get to 3 this. And turn. I guess try to kill you on the following combat step with Graveyard Glutton. Invoke's really good here for me. Hopefully I can just draw Invoke. Or something, please. Something that turn the swamps into real cards. We'll play Swamp and pass and pretend that I have real cards in my hand. Appraiser's pretty good here. Makes my following... That was a really fast pick. I've got all the card styles. Makes my next Graveyard Trespasser bad. Or worse. Is it a exiled something? Let's look at your stuff. I'll target your Shieldred. I still have a Trespasser. Yeah, they're just gonna run away with the game now. I think needing to use a Braid to 2-for-1 myself on the removal spell. I think that was the wrong spot. I think that was just it. Appraiser making my combat worse. This is rough. If they don't have counter magic, they've used Disappear. Hmm. This is a tough one. It's really deceptive to see who's drawn more cards because they've used the corpse appraisers to look at 3 to get 1. So I guess 28 plus 4 because it was cards they couldn't draw but that we've run through. So they're at 32, 38. They've drawn so many more cards than me. They've also done some blood rummaging. Man, they've gotten all of their harvesters too. Sheesh. Combat, no attacks. Turn. Just get to sit here and draw everything. I wish there was a sweeper that was good in the mirror, for instances where you fall behind like this. 14, 3, 6, 9, 12, crew. 16, yeah, I'm like dead. On board, but they don't know that, I guess. I guess I have to assume that these cards are all terrible, or else I would have cast them already. Close game. Okay, same as usual. Okay. Well, we're on go for the throats, one less of this. I am on the play. So I want to keep the harvesters. And Trespasser is good against Corpse Appraiser. Except when they go end step, go for the throat, untap Appraiser. Because then I can't do anything about it unless I have active Fable to instant speed make a copy. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Maybe the Busters are a little worse on the play? Oh no, maybe the Go for the Throats are just worse on the play because I'm supposed to be the aggressor. I think I need the Abrades because it's my only way to interact with a Bankbuster. So maybe the Go for the Throats are just really bad, like all the removal's just bad on the play. First. Mulligan. Keep. I will keep. I'm going to put Soul Transfer on the bottom because I think I just don't want that right now. I think I just want the threats. Play a tap land, and then I'm going to play Blood Type Harvester. Ooh, don't Spell Piercing, please. Oh, Duress. You have 1 card. And you're missing the really good one. That's a very lucky draw. You have to put these cards in your deck to draw. Attack for 3. I'll play Swamp to conceal some information. I'll let you just negate me, I guess. I don't think I can play around the negate. I mean, I could. I could just do nothing. I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to play the matchup, though. I think it was too telegraphed, though. I think I should have just did nothing. Combat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I should have really just did nothing because now I could have duressed and then played it. I'm still, and the worst part is I'm just gonna duress them here, so I just could have did exactly that without playing any make disappear. It seems like they're holding up Go for the Throat or something. That's fine. It seems like a very strange ability target. I will take the Invoke. This is setting up their Corpse Appraiser, though. I'm really glad I'm playing this matchup because I need to learn it. This is annoying because now they're going to Corpse Appraiser into just finding a Go for the Throat. Games are considerably tougher when your opponent gets to play all their cards. Yeah, I'm seeing a braid out of them a lot more often than I would expect. So they must be a little higher on the braid, which means that they value the Incinerate. Well, this is bad. No blocks. Happening. Okay. I'm gonna go to combat because I don't know what that represents. Play Trespasser seems kind of fine. What's in their graveyard? What's in mine? What's in theirs? I'll take Duress. I'm just trying to imagine them having the same card that I do. In turn, I'm gonna use the Blood, I think. I probably should have did it on my turn because now I get blown out if... I wonder if they're using the Corpse Appraiser. I don't think I trade off. Second Appraiser, jeez. I gotta find something. Something that's not that. I should have traded off if I had known this is how this game was going to end up looking. Do I attack? Because I get to just block. I don't think this is correct. Do I attack? Like that. So you're getting thrown in front of this. I could double block. Block here, go to 1. That sounds heinous. That might be how I boxed myself. Or I could trade off Shieldrids and just block, go to 4, play Harvester? That might be better. I think I just need to clean up this board. It just looks like a mess. If they have Invoke, they have Invoke. I'm dead already. It wouldn't matter. Go to 4. We're gonna cast Harvester. Oh, of course, the last draw. Oh man. That's it. I don't think there was too much to do there. Alright, I need more stuff for the mirror, it seems like, despite... I need more practice with the mirror. I need more practice with the pseudo mirror. Because I don't think what I have to work with is bad. Maybe I don't value Gix's command enough in the mirror? Maybe that's fine. Maybe I just need a bunch of 2-for-1s. Maybe I actually just bring in the Gix's command in the mirror. Oh, the lifelink might be good. That might be the swing. And I just board out a bunch of removal. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to take out all the cut downs. Most of this removal. Maybe I leave one Abrade in, one Go for the Throat, take out 6 of these, one Shieldred, and lean on the Soul Transfers in the spot where I would normally lean on Go for the Throat. Maybe I answer Bankbusters with the Rest or the Singleton Abrade that the adversary can use again. And maybe I just leave stuff like Gix's Command in, and I just want all of these 2-for-1s, because this will also answer a Shieldred. It doesn't answer all the 3-power creatures and the 3/3s and stuff. But maybe just like counters and lifelink, rebuy 2 creatures, or just like a big edict. The big power edict is good enough. Maybe. I have to think about that. Maybe I'll try that next time. And I'll try to just like overload on 2-for-1s. This card I know is supposed to be good in the mirror, but it just... I definitely don't want to flood on it. That is really bad. I don't think I want the Archfiend. I'm just hovering over it. Well, the night went pretty well. All things considered, despite the last game being terrible. So, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out and watching me play some Blood Tithe Harvesters and Fables and stuff. Good night, everyone, and